Hey, good morning, folks. Are you struggling with sleep issues? You're not alone. A lot of folks that I've talked to have sleep issues, especially given the level of stress going on in society today. It's not surprising. So, how might we fix this? What are some strategies that you can use to try to get back on the road to fixing these issues? Number one is this is not going to be an overnight fix, especially if you've had sleep issues for quite some time. So, patience is required. You may have tried a few of these items as well that I'm going to suggest, but maybe you haven't stuck with it for a long enough period of time. So I think the most important thing is to take this stage by stage or step by step and try to stay consistent and then track and see what does work and what doesn't work. First and foremost, you're going to want to rule out any medical conditions. Have you done a sleep study? Do you have sleep apnea? Are you using your sleep apnea device, or have you looked into other ways to help alleviate that? That's going to be huge. You want to make sure you address that. Or are there other sleep type disorders that you need to look at, or medical issues that might be causing sleep disruption? Sometimes medication management might be called for. Maybe a sleep medication in the short term to help get you on a consistent habit of sleep while you're implementing some other strategies. So you don't want to rule that out. Sleep is critical. Sleep is very important, and it's going to just compound if you do not get proper sleep. The next thing you want to do is you want to fix your stress. Address any underlying stress. For example, when you have a lot of stress going on in your life, you might want to do some stress relief techniques like breathing exercises or meditation or journaling. And so those are some important things that you can look at, but also therapy. Look into therapy. If you have a lot of stress or trauma that you're carrying and you're not getting to the root causes, you might be struggling with some additional stress as well. So approach stress management from a comprehensive standpoint. Until you've addressed some of the medical concerns or any of the stress management side, the following strategies may or may not be successful. So you really want to make sure you get to the root of those two core issues first. Most importantly, too, is a routine. So after you've kind of addressed the medical side of it and also the stress management or the psychological side of it if needed, fixing your routine is going to be the next best bet. And so that means, having a plan an hour before you go to sleep is try to wind down, have that structure in place. Don't just wing it. Every day should be the same type of routine before bed, whether that's turning the lights down, keeping the lights minimal, turning off a lot of loud noises, maybe taking a warm bath or a shower before sleeping, incorporating a little bit of yoga or stretching as well in that hour before bed. Those are some techniques that you can use to help wind down and sort of prime and cue your body and your mind that sleep is coming and it's time to sleep. So that's another important strategy that I like to use. You're going to stack the details. Having a small protein meal before bed is helpful, like cottage cheese, for example, or Greek yogurt or turkey. These are also high in amino acids like tryptophan, which can also help you relax. Keep your room cool, quiet, and dark. I like to have a fan going on in the background. I don't like to layer a lot of covers on because I get overheated quickly. So making sure that you have a strategy to stay cool at night will also help you sleep faster and get to sleep and hopefully stay asleep longer. And I also like to use an audiobook before bed. So I'll turn on an audiobook. Instead of looking at my phone, I've kind of switched to that habit. I'll turn on the audiobook, keep the sound at a tolerable level where I can hear it, but it's not too loud. Try to pick a sound or a voice that's kind of soft and relaxing, not something too energetic or calm or too energetic or loud. And just kind of let that happen before bed. I like to put a sleep timer on and kind of let that play in the background while I'm trying to sleep. I might be focusing on what they're saying, but in usually that 15 minutes that I set that sleep timer, I'm asleep. And occasionally when I'm not, I'll just set the timer again and listen to it a little longer. So that's another strategy I like to use to help myself and prime myself to get to sleep. Some supplements that might help. Magnesium glycinate, that's a big one. Theanine stacked with magnesium might also help. There's another supplement out there called apigenin, which could help with going to sleep and falling asleep faster, but also staying asleep. So those are some strategies that you could use, but they do not replace the lifestyle habits that you'll want to incorporate first and the medical conditions that you'll want to evaluate first. And what not to do. Overconsumption of caffeine, especially too close to bed, probably not a good idea, especially if you're having sleep issues. So you're going to want to cut that down and cut that out if possible. Avoid alcohol before bed, avoid strenuous exercise before bed, And a big one here is also avoid dehydration. You want to make sure that you're staying hydrated throughout the day, not letting yourself fall into a state of dehydration, because that's also problematic. So put these small steps into action. This is a lot of information. I also put a post out there on my social media kind of capturing the slides. So, if this video, is informative for you, you may also take a look at those slides and just see if you can put some strategies in one at a time and see what works and track what works and what doesn't work. It's going to take time. You might find that after a week or two, you start to increase your sleep by 30 minutes or 15 minutes. But the longer you do some of these, especially the stress relief, type of techniques, over time these pay dividends, and so you'll find that hopefully you'll increase that 30 minutes to an hour, that hour maybe to 2 hours. But it will take time, so you have to be patient and you have to stay consistent. Hopefully this helps. If you have any stress relief techniques or any sleep relief techniques, let us know in the comments. Help some others out and let them know what has worked for you and what hasn't worked. Talk to you later.